My crypto exit strategy to make millions of dollars during this crypto bull market. In this video, I'm going to tell you exactly when I intend to take profits on the altcoins I'm holding. I'm going to tell you when I anticipate the top of the bull market is going to arrive, and I'm going to talk about specific price predictions for Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, ICP, Cardano, and many others. So do me a favor, hit that like button, and let's get into today's video. Now guys, I know what you're thinking. Why is this guy starting to talk to me about an exit strategy as the bull market feels like it's just beginning? Well, because of this. In the last bull market, I made a lot of money. I actually made much more money than I anticipated that I would, because I got lucky buying Solana and a handful of other coins like Gala Games. But guess what? I ended up losing hundreds of thousands of dollars during the bear market because of this one problem. I never had any exit strategy. I never had any plans of what to do to be able to take money out of the bull market. And that's probably where a lot of you are coming from right now. But I promise you, if you follow through this video and you make the actionable steps that I'm going to talk about, there is a significantly larger chance that you're going to make money in this bull market compared with a lot of other people who don't do this. So before we dive in and find out when to sell specific altcoins and when the top of the bull market's going to arrive and all that good stuff, we need to ask ourselves one simple question. Why have we bought crypto? Is it because of our love of sleepless nights, watching and staring into the charts, wondering if those candlesticks will ever start bouncing towards the upside? Or maybe it's simply our love of crippling anxiety when we can't check our charts, wondering whether we're going to get liquidated, all of those kind of things. Well, I would assume it's not. I would assume you're very much like me in this and you're here to try and make some money. But just wanting to make money isn't really enough. I wanted to make money in the last bull market. And guess what? I didn't make as much as I should have done because I didn't have something in place. I didn't know how much money I wanted to make. And I also didn't know why I wanted to make money. Making a lot more money is great, okay? But understanding why we want more money is incredibly important here. So this is the most important part of all of it. You need to have a goal of an amount of money that you want to make, and you want to know why you want to make it. It could be you need $1,000 to be able to go to Ibiza in the summer with the lads and tear it up. Or maybe you need to make $50,000 to be able to pay off your mum's mortgage, or $300 to go and buy that new bike or whatever it is that you want. I really couldn't care less what it is, but simply identify the amount of money you need to make to achieve that goal. But before you do that, make sure you keep it realistic. The bull market has been raging on, despite what you've been told, for the last few years. Bitcoin is now nearly $100,000. It started off the bull market at $16,000. You are slightly later to the party, so be a little bit more realistic about how much money you intend to make from here. I would say realistically, looking towards a 10 to maybe 15x if things go really well. So make sure you keep things realistic. Now you should think about a few things. How realistic is it that you're going to make $100,000 during this bull market? Well, if you've only got $100 to your name right now and you're not intending to do any research and you don't know anything about crypto, it could be pretty damn hard for you. But if you're anticipating turning $100 into $1,000, and you're prepared to put in a little bit of work and time and effort, then you're probably onto a winner. So consider those things. Now, once you've identified what you want, how much money you need to make it happen, simply all you need to do is write it down. Okay, I need $1,000 by July so that I can buy that Labrador puppy that I've had my eye on for a while. Although by July, it's probably not a puppy anymore. But anyway, you get the picture. Okay, write it down, refer to that note often, and remind yourself of why you're in this, because it's going to be much easier for you to take profits when you start getting nearer that total than if you have no idea at all when to take profits. Okay, back in the room. Stop daydreaming about that lime green Lamborghini that you've had your eye on for the last few years, and let's start putting this plan into action. Start thinking about when we should be taking profits and what we can expect from this bull market. Now, right now, it's January 2025. Bitcoin today sits at $99,297. Will it go lower? Will it go higher? Guys, in the short term, it's incredibly difficult to identify whether the price of Bitcoin and all other crypto assets are going to go up or down. But guess what? It's easy for us to predict in the future, months ahead of us, Bitcoin and crypto in general will be significantly higher than it is right now. And that is simply because Bitcoin and crypto in general relies on the M2 or the global M2 money supply. That will continue to rise over the next 12 or so months. until January 2026, when it's anticipated that it will top out. Now, if you want to go and know specifically why it tops out around that time or find out more information about it, then simply go and ask ChatGPT. But we're going to anticipate what happens based on previous bull markets. So simply what we need to do to understand what's going to happen in this bull market is refer to the previous bull markets. Now, obviously things might be a little bit different, okay, but we've got this to go off, okay? Now look, this is coinglass.com/today, and we can see the Bitcoin quarterly returns. If we refer to Q1 of the year after the election, which is what this year is, or the year after the halving, whichever way you want to look at it, then you'll understand that Q1 is usually pretty good. Previously, you had Q1 in 2013, Bitcoin went up 540%. Q1 2017, Bitcoin went up 11.8%. And Q1 2021, Bitcoin went up 103%. On the right-hand side, we've got Ethereum, which is going to be our representative for the altcoins, and we can see how this performed in Q1 of those same years. 2017, up 518%, bearing in mind it wasn't available before that time. Then 2021, up 160%, and so far this Q1, we're up 9.8%. Obviously, that can change at any time. So it's anticipated that Q1, which is January, February, and March of this year, that crypto will go up. And that, again, it's all hinged on liquidity. Now, you could add in a few other pieces to that story, like Donald Trump's a pro-crypto government, he's about to roll into office, and various other things that are happening, like the ETFs and all that other good stuff. Those are other good catalysts, but under it all, the thing that drives bull markets is simply global M2 money supply, liquidity in the markets that goes up and down throughout periods of time. So do we just hold through Q1 and then into Q2? What does Q2 look like? Well, Q2, 2017, 123%. 2013 was a little bit of a red dip. 2021, we saw another big dip. So interestingly, there appears to be some dips coming in after Q1 on Bitcoin. So why might that be? Well, if you come across to the Bitcoin chart, you can see these circles that I've highlighted here. With the exception of the red one, the rest of them have come in bull markets or at the top of bull markets. These are all highlighting March, okay? March is an incredibly crucial time in crypto because it typically indicates when a sell-off might occur. And let me tell you why that is using ChatGPT. Tax season in the US. Capital gains is realized. Investors may sell assets to realize gains in preparation for paying taxes, particularly in the US. Also happens in the UK, and I'm sure it happens in a lot of other countries. This is incredibly important because typically you will see people selling their crypto assets around this time. Also, there's quarterly financial reports. So different companies also have to start selling off assets that are appreciated during bull runs so that they can start telling their investors that they've made a lot of money. Come down below, there's other seasonal trends like sell in May and go away and various other things that ChatGPT has referred to here. And in fact, if you go and look at the charts, it's pretty damn obvious that this occurs. So should we sell all of our crypto in March and walk away? Well, actually, it's quite difficult. If we go and look at various different altcoins in March, then it might be a little bit confusing. So for example, in 2021, the last bull market, BNB actually in March was down here. It then ripped up and did another 2 or 3x until May 2021. Okay, so literally 2 or 3 months after, it ripped up. What about Tron? You can see Tron topped out in April. How about Cardano? Well, Cardano in March was around $1, and then by May, it went up to $2.30, an increase at 2.3x. Ethereum went from $1,800 all the way up to $4,000 in May. But what about other coins like AVAX that topped out in February and then dumped into March and then down into April and beyond? Well, guess what? Here comes the first problem. There isn't such a thing as a definite date for which you should be selling your altcoins. However, due to kind of tax years and things like that I've been looking into, I would anticipate that somewhere around the 14th of March, we are going to see the markets taking a momentary top, by which point there is a chance that we see some pullback in crypto, but there's also a chance that we don't. Therefore, what do I do? What am I doing? Personally, I anticipate that Q1 is going to be the most bullish part of this bull market. Why? Because of all the news going on, because of where we are, and because it typically is the most bullish part of every bull market. So if we anticipate that up until March, the market's going to be running hot, we need to start thinking about maybe, just maybe, taking some profits. Now, this is where we come back to our original goal. If my goal is to make $100,000 in this bull market, or $1 million, or $10 million, or $100, I don't care, okay? What do we need to think about in March? Well, we need to think about how close are we to achieving that goal. And if we were quite realistic in the goal that we'd set ourselves, there's a good chance that by this point, we are around 75 to 80% of the way there to achieving our goal. This is where we should really start to think about taking some money off the table. And how much to take off is really down to you. So why do we take profits? Well, we're taking profits on the chance that the markets see a significant pullback like this. So for example, in Bitcoin, you saw Bitcoin previously pull back from 62K all the way down to $28,000. It then pulled again. Now, if we take profits here, we have a chance maybe to re-enter down here, should we wish. But as well, we don't know whether that second shoulder is ever going to return. You could have just seen that happen, and then you would have just been absolutely devastated that you didn't take any profits there, okay? You leave money in the game so that you can see some more run up here. If you get lucky, you can kind of keep some money in for the overall run. But I would anticipate by March, I will be looking to take 20-30% of my overall bag off the table completely out of crypto, so that if something terrible happens, and I haven't got to worry about it. Because who knows exactly what happens in the future, but money sold and gains taken is real, okay? I do anticipate that the bull market charges on after this, but you don't know which altcoins it happens in, okay? Let me show you. This, for example, is Cardano back in that first shoulder of the last bull market. After that, Cardano then carried on higher into the end of 2021. In September, August, it then plummets, okay? By contrast, you've got Tron, okay, that peaks in April of 2021, and it never returns to those highs again, okay? So that was the best you could have ever got out of Tron, but no one knew that. You could be like, yeah, but Cardano's better than Tron. I don't care, okay? Fundamentally, you don't really know. This is why we hold a broad portfolio of different coins. We take profits when the market is around a certain point, because I anticipate into March, we will rally aggressively into March. And then from then, we don't know which coins will then rally back harder. Some of them will, some of them might not, okay? Some of them might not, and that's why we are taking profits here. Now, I personally am not really taking profits up until that point in time. Right now, I'm happy to continue to buy the dips if they are available, and I'm just gonna hold throughout. Now, with the exception of a few different things, on any given day, we all know whether the market is bullish or bearish, okay? We know that crypto is in general pumping today or not pumping or just kind of going sideways. If on a day where the market is dipping towards the downside, one or two different altcoins are absolutely sending it towards the upside, then guess what I'm going to do? I will 100% without fail take profits on altcoins that are pumping out of turn. Okay, for example, just the other day, we saw Falla Network absolutely booming towards the upside, okay? In just a single week, Falla Network went up 402%. And everyone's like, oh, look how well Falla Network's doing. And I was like, great. I will take some profits on that. Thank you very much. This was booming because of that USDT news. Do I think that this is going to go much higher in future? Absolutely. But it was pumping when the rest of the market was actually dipping towards the downside or not doing a lot. Therefore, I managed to make 5x on Falla. I left some money in here, but actually what I was doing was taking money out and moving it into other altcoins that are yet to see any pump. This is the easiest way to make money. You can pull money out of the top performers if it's pumping out of turn with the rest of the market and move it into the coins that are yet to see pumps, okay? For example, you could have taken profits there and moved it into AVAX down in this zone here, which was just moving in line with the rest of the crypto market. How do I know that? Well, because Aptos was doing exactly the same thing, pulling back in towards this zone. This again gave you a decent entry. You could have sold Falla and moved into a coin like this, and now what's happened? Falla's gone down, these coins have gone up. Okay, simple. Now, another exception to the rule is meme coins. Meme coins typically tend to absolutely send it without necessarily being linked to the overall crypto market. This is because of various influencers, various different things getting behind meme coins at any given time. Therefore, if a meme coin is absolutely sending it towards the moon and all the other altcoins are not doing much, guess what? You've just created a lot of money that you can use to go and buy the dip. Don't just anticipate that meme coin will carry on forever, because any coin that is pumping out of turn will inevitably return back to where the rest of the market sits. This is the easiest way to create more money in a bull market. So those are the exceptions to the rule. And therefore, holding a balanced portfolio is the best way for you to prepare for this. Now, when does the bull market end? The bull market typically tops out, okay, around 115 to 150 days before the top of the liquidity cycle comes in. And you're thinking, yeah, that's really confusing. You're right. The top of the liquidity market is anticipated to arrive in January of 2026. Therefore, 150 days before that brings us to around August, I believe, and the 115 days would bring us to around kind of October, November time. And in the bull market before, a lot of different altcoins peaked around this time. So if I left money in after taking profits in March, what is your price prediction for XRP? What is your price prediction for Bitcoin? What is your price prediction for Ethereum? The questions continue on. When it comes to price predictions, it's very, very damn difficult. You'll notice that lots of people who are giving price predictions for Bitcoin are incredibly qualified to give price predictions because of their kind of experience of years and years working in financial sectors and whatever. And yet no one can agree on a price. Some people are saying 150,000, some people are saying 1 million. So if it's that difficult for the most studied crypto to give a price prediction for, then it's incredibly difficult for others. Simply, what I look at when it comes to smaller altcoins is, if it's in gaming, how well did Gala Games and whatever's do in the last bull market, and kind of anticipate a target from there. That's literally all we've got to go off. Therefore, setting a price prediction as your target to be able to get out of crypto is wrong. Okay, you simply need to get towards your goal as soon as possible. And as soon as you hit your goal, pull the money out. I don't really care if you hit that goal in 2 months' time, holding ICP or Casper or whatever it is. I really couldn't care less. I am so happy that you did. And what you should do then is to pull out, I would say, at least 90% of the money that you made. And if you want, just leave the rest to play with. Because ultimately, remember, why are you here? You're here to make money so that you can achieve that goal. You're not here to make as much money as possible. You're here to make money to achieve that goal. Therefore, achieve the goal, get out. Okay? If you achieve the goal and you get out and ICP and Casper carries on running up, who cares? Good for the people who are still in it, still making money. Chances are they'll end up getting caught and holding the bag at the end anyway. But you can go on your holiday or pay off your mortgage or do whatever it is that you planned to do in the first place. This is simply what crypto is here for. It's here for you to be able to make those goals become a reality. And if you can do that and pull your money out, you will do far better than 95, probably even more than that, 98% of people in crypto, I promise you. So don't be greedy, always be happy to leave some gains for the rest of the people out there, because selling before the top of the bull market is much better than selling after the top of the bull market, where you end up getting trapped and riding this all the way to the bottom. Now, quickly, lots of people will be telling you that this bull market is different because we've got ETFs and because of institutional money coming in and because of Donald Trump being pro-crypto and yada, yada, yada. Guys, I heard this in the last bull market and people probably heard it in the bull markets before. It's a great story and I wish that it would become a reality. But guess what happens in bull markets? Speculation becomes massive. Everyone starts aping in. More and more money comes in. It becomes less and less stable as the less experienced and the least experienced people start to buy up higher and higher and higher. Eventually, the people who bought down here, the institutions who have made literally billions of dollars, will start to sell up. And guess what? The new people who are entering in here with $100 and $20 and $50 don't have enough money to pay off the people who are trying to sell billions of dollars. And guess eventually it will fall. And when it falls really damn hard. In 2 weeks, first Bitcoin fell 50%. You can only imagine how hard some of the altcoins fell during that period of time. And the second time, Bitcoin fell in the first 3 weeks, 38%. Just recently, Bitcoin fell 10%. Some altcoins went down 50 or 60%. Okay, don't get left holding cryptos at the top. Start taking profits early and you will not be as disappointed as some others who are waiting for the dollar to fall and Bitcoin to come in as the future. Okay, maybe that's the deal. Maybe I'm wrong, but ultimately your goal is to literally achieve your goal. Now guys, hopefully you found that useful. Obviously, if you're subscribed to crypto, we will carry on. We will start to identify when the tops seem like they're coming in, when prices are looking high, and maybe you should consider starting to think about taking profits throughout this bull market. We'll monitor exactly what is going on. So if you want kind of no BS content and understand for yourself exactly what is going on in these crypto markets rather than doing things in a random way, what most people are doing, make sure you're subscribed with the notification bell turned on. Also, if you're new to crypto and you're trading on Coinbase or Binance, guys, you will never be able to buy those small cap altcoins that everyone's promising you are going to deliver 50 or 100x gains, because those coins will not get onto those platforms until their market cap's already too big for you to be able to make that kind of money. Therefore, use MEXC, link down below in the description, or Bitunix. MEXC has over 4,500 different altcoins, also has some of the lowest fees across crypto. Therefore, any altcoin that I talk about or anyone talks about is going to be available on MEXC, link down below in the description. Or if you can't use that because of your location, then go and use Bitunix. Again, has a huge amount of different altcoins, some of the lowest fees across crypto, and as well as that, doesn't require a KYC. So depending on where you live, this could be a very good option for you, a good alternative for MEXC. Now guys, before we sign off, let me know down below what your goal is. What are you trying to achieve in this crypto bull market? Don't tell me monetary values, okay? I just want to know what you want to do. Is it buy a new surfboard? Is it pay off your mortgage? Buy a new house? Whatever it is, let me know down below in the comments. Hit the like button and I will see you tomorrow in another video. Bye-bye.